Major League Baseball is always trying to improve the game. They're always trying to put a great product on the field, and they're always trying to make it more efficient, right? That is the goal. Rob Manfred has made it clear that the game is running long. So they are trying something new out, which they often do in the minor leagues. And this time around, they are going to try something when extra innings rolls around. They're going to put a guy on second, and then they're going to see how quickly does the game pick up. Is this going to be a good thing for Major League Baseball? So trend or trash, that's what I want to know. If this rule gets implemented into Major League Baseball, is this going to have a positive impact on the game? Gemma?
So without addressing the runner on second situation, I'm going to say that in some of the conversations about this, Joe Torre said that one of his issues is that when games go over and they're extra innings, people don't like to watch a non-pitcher pitch in relief.
Right.
I love to watch non-pitchers pitch in relief. Yeah. I really enjoy that. I do think that sometimes it can seem a little futile or whatever, but there is something fun about watching a catcher come in and pitch, or a guy who's like, yeah, I pitched in high school, watch me come and pitch now. If this rule had existed, would I have seen Ichiro pitch? Probably not. And that would take a lot of joy away from me because I loved that moment so much. So I don't really want to make a firm commitment on my feelings about this, but I do think that part of the joy of extra innings in baseball is watching things get a little wacky. I don't mind that. I think it's part of the quirkiness of a game like baseball, which doesn't necessarily have a clock, any kind of strict time rule.
Yeah.
So that to me makes it unique among major American sports, and that uniqueness often gets to splay out in a lot of just strange ways, and I would miss that,
Okay.
I would
Ash?
miss that.
I don't like this rule, but I'm also a traditionalist. I don't like a lot of change. So I think it's weird to start with someone on second. I don't know. I'm hoping that it fails in the minor leagues, but if it works out and it works for baseball, then that's cool. I kind of also was hoping that replay would fail because, again, I'm afraid of change, and I love replay now. So I can't really speak to whether or not I hate this rule, but I do want it to fail.
I'm going to go the opposite way, and I am going to trend this. I agree that weird baseball should be more embraced. It should be a part of the game, and we should want to give it a chance to live and breathe. But I think it's really interesting. So when I played softball, a lot of times when we went to extra innings in national tournaments, we put a runner on second, and the stakes just grow. That person on second becomes the most important person in the game. It doesn't matter what the score is anymore. You're both tied. You're both back to zero. And so this person on second, it's the last out. So maybe it's your worst player. Maybe it's your best player. And it's kind of like a gamble. And you get to see, okay, what's going to happen? Are they going to bunt the guy over? Or are they just going to let the next guy hit a bomb? How are they? It kind of makes it more strategic. And you get to see a manager kind of thinking more and see how their brain works, which I think is really interesting too. And I just think it spices it up. I think it's really interesting to see someone go out to second and start the inning off there. It's just something you don't see anymore. You don't see at all in baseball. So I saw it in softball, but I'm going to trend it. I want to see what happens. I'd like to see this rule.